Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We're going to be talking about Kringle Candle Spanish Moss. Full disclosure, this candle was sent to me in PR by Kringle Candle. If you've been with my channel any length of time, you guys know I give it to you straight. I let you guys know what my nose is detecting. I let you know how a candle is performing in my space. I do have in the description box down below the layout of my home, age, environmental factors, anything that you might want to know about how I am coming to the determination of how well a candle is performing for me. So that way you can compare it to your home style, size, environment. And yeah, I just try to give you all of the information that you might need to determine if a candle is for you. So we have here, like I said, Spanish moss. This is one of their large 2-wick tumblers. These do retail for $31. I believe it is 100% soy wax. There is 22 ounces of wax in this vessel. It is also available in their new 4-wick style vessels. I believe the 3-wick vessels. I can't remember if this came out in a 2-wick or not. For some reason, I'm thinking that there's not a 2-wick for this candle, but I do also know that these are available in the daylight and wax melts. So let's go ahead and talk about this fragrance. The pour date of this candle that I am reviewing is January 8th, 2025. We have top notes: floral, aromatic; mid notes, moss and wood; base notes of patchouli and musk. So I have to tell you guys, this is one of the fragrances that I was definitely intrigued by when I saw the spring and summer lineup that Kringle teased a couple of months ago. Like when they kind of let us know as the ambassadors, like, hey, this is what we're coming out with. I looked at the fragrance notes here and I thought, okay, this is either going to be a candle that I enjoy or I'm going to be like running the other way. I wasn't sure if it was going to be more of like kind of a cologne-y, masculine type of fragrance because I saw the base notes of patchouli and musk. And sometimes when you see wood in there as well, you kind of think, well, maybe that might be more cologne-like. I am here to tell you guys that that is not at all what this fragrance is. This is very much a green fragrance. However, it is more in line. You definitely get those mid notes of moss. What you are picturing here on the label, which I think is very, very pretty, is definitely what I think they did a good job in that marketing choice, because what my nose detects here is definitely a green note, but it has a little bit of like dampness and earthiness to it that I would associate with a fragrance that would be called Spanish moss. Now, I will fully admit, you guys, I am not somebody who really has a good pulse on a lot of florals and greens. I live in Arizona, you guys. I live in the desert. We do not have moss like this growing where I live. It's definitely way too dry of a climate. But in areas that receive a little bit higher rainfall, I know that this is prevalent for you guys. But what I am smelling here is very, very nice. Like I said, it's green, but it's not herbaceous green. It definitely smells like new plant life, I would say, but it's not overly floral either. It's definitely green, and it does remind me, like I said, of what I would think mossy areas would smell like, because like I said, there is a little bit of dampness and a little bit of dirtiness to it, and I mean that in the best way, almost like like wet earth after the rain, when the earth is, not necessarily muddy, but you've got maybe like fresh garden soil that's been, you know, I'm trying to avoid the M word because I know that that word like grosses people out sometimes, but it's slightly wet, I would say. There is the top notes of floral and aromatic there, I think, do lend a slight element of sweetness, but again, not like gourmand sweetness and not even like a honeysuckle sweetness or anything overly floral, but they do, I think, invoke or inject, I would say, a little bit of liveliness to this fragrance that makes it seem more in line with a spring fragrance than it would be something that you would see more so in like a late fall or Halloween lineup. I do know that moss notes tend to be used with Kringle in their Halloween lineup, as well as last year they had like an autumn moss candle that I did enjoy. I did end up decluttering that fragrance because I thought, well, it's kind of unique. It's not really something that I'm loving. And truthfully, you guys, I like this take on a moss fragrance more than that one. This fragrance has been pairing beautifully with the Easter Petals candle. I did talk about that in my candle chat video that I uploaded this past weekend. I told you that the combination of this Spanish moss with Easter Petals, which Easter Petals has, it's a floral note. It's kind of like an orange blossom neroli, but you get some like lemon in there too, which the notes on that all melding together can almost a little tiny bit remind me of honeysuckle. Not really, but like not straight up authentic honeysuckle, but it's got that sweetness. It's a sweet floral, very bright and zesty. I feel like this fragrance, Spanish Moss, much like the bunnies and flowers from the Easter collection, reminds me of greenness, spring greenness after the rainstorm. There's something a little bit more earthy about it and subdued from it being like super bright and zesty. But the combination of the two has been beautiful. I've really, really been enjoying this fragrance. It's definitely not one that I plan to declutter. In fact, if I don't finish it this year, I see myself putting it away and bringing it back out again like next spring. This is really a very, very nice fragrance, and I have been enjoying it. Performance on this candle has also been pretty solid. So I've actually had this candle lit, goodness, about 4 hours now. I would say 4.5 hours. You see that beautiful deep wax pool. The flames are not, wild here. We've got good solid flames. They might look like, they're dancing around a little bit there, but honestly, there's no soot. I do trim the wicks just slightly. There's a tiny little bit of carbon residue at the end of the wicks, but honestly, you could probably get away with not trimming them and be perfectly fine. The wax pool is still very, very clean. I do personally prefer to burn soy wax, 100% soy wax, because I do find it to be very, very clean. And to me personally, a clean burn is a big priority in my household. Strength and throw on this one, you guys, I'm going to give it about a solid 8 for me. It definitely fills up the open concept, throws all the way to the kitchen. I have been kind of taking turns with where I have been burning my candles this spring. I have 2 spots in my open concept living room that I like to burn them. One would be on the other side. If you look at that window back there on the other side, I have a little table on that side, and sometimes I will burn candles there. I will also, I don't know if I can lift it up and show you guys here. If I lift up the camera here, there's also, you're going to see back there, see a candle burning on the what's that, the quilt rack back there? That is also the other place that I like to burn them. And the reason why I oftentimes alternate where I am burning those candles is because if I burn it over here, if I have the windows open, I'm not going to smell the candle as much because the fragrance is probably going to go right outside of the window. So on the days where we've had really nice weather and I've had all of my windows open, I have been burning my candles in that area. But then also I find that if I burn them on the wall over there, sometimes they project a little bit better. I will also burn them from that area if we've actually had a couple of days already where I had to close up the windows and turn the air conditioning on. And I will also move my candles to that area on the wall to burn them if the air conditioning is on, because right up above here, you can't really see it. I have, again, I'll show you guys, giving you guys a little bit of a sneak peek. Right above that archway there on the other side of on the other side of that archway, there are air conditioning vents that there's like an air, not an intake, but like there's definitely some big, large vents there. And I do find that when the air conditioning is on, mixed with the ceiling fan that's over there, it can kind of dull out the fragrance scent. So all of that long story to tell you, that is why sometimes I will move my candle to different places in the living room to see if I can get better strength and throw from different points. And that is always something that every once in a while, I do like to remind you guys that if you have certain places in your living areas or wherever you choose to burn candles, if you're not smelling them well, try moving them around, because it might be the particular airflow or the dynamics of that area for whatever reason that day that the candle is not performing well. But overall, you guys, both times that I have burned this along the wall and also right there, it's been a solid 8 out here in the open concept. I have also burned this candle in my closed concept bedrooms, and it's pretty strong in there, but again, not headache inducing. Just it definitely performs quite well. Very, very noticeable. So this has been one of the surprise hits, I'm going to say, you guys. I really wasn't anticipating loving this fragrance as much as I do, but it's very, very nice for the springtime. I can also see this being good for late summer. I would say like when you're ready to transition from summer to fall, but you're not quite yet ready for all of the pumpkin spice and the apple and all of that. This will be a great fragrance to transition because again, it's still kind of got that greenness to it, but a little bit of earthiness as well. Very, very well done fragrance. I do enjoy it. If you have liked kind of the mossy fragrances that Kringle has done in the past, then I would say that this is probably a safe bet for you to go ahead and try out. Maybe in the 3-wick, it's a little bit less wax. I think I can't remember, you guys, the day that I am filming this. I do know that I have seen some of these new spring candles on sale on the Kringle website. I want to say for maybe 25 to 30% off. I do know that the Easter collection is currently 30% off at the time that I am filming this. So yeah, that's a great deal. However, if the candles are not on sale and you do want to purchase this candle, or maybe you have your eye on some of the new reserve candles, anytime that there is not an existing sale going on at Kringle, or the candles that you are eyeing are not on sale, if you would like a discount, I do have a discount code with Kringle. It is Katie15. It'll save you 15% off of your purchase with them. It is an affiliate code eligible for commission, so please only use that if you are comfortable. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm a little bit distracted by, there's a little bird out here that is just having a field day. It has got a lot to communicate out there, and so it's chirping. Don't know if my mic has cut that out, but anyways, you guys, I do have a discount code with them. So let me know in the comment box down below if you have purchased this candle. What has your burn experience been with it? Are you somebody who you're not so sure what to think of this fragrance, and maybe you've kind of been like, side-eyeing it for a little while? I would say if you're not so sure about it, maybe pick it up in a daylight or a wax melt, but this has been a surprising hit for me, and I have really been enjoying it. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you found this review helpful. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new and you like candle content. I do lots of videos around candles here on my channel. Usually during the weekdays, I like to do dedicated reviews like this, and then on the weekends, I typically like to upload hauls, empties, my candle chat series, wish lists, anything like that. So if you like candle content, you probably want to stick around here. So I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.